Hey, Max here. I just got back from the Batman, so here is your warning. This review will have plenty of spoilers, and this is from the perspective of a massive Snyder fan. So, how this is going to work, I'm going to give you 10 minutes, my thoughts. It's not going to be well organized because I'm not. And then at the end of the 10 minutes, I'm going to give you my overall rating out of 10. My initial thoughts are wow. Wow, am I shocked that I like this film this much? I knew I was going to like it. I love this film. I love everything about it. There's personality and everything. Every character, every setting, every gadget, every vehicle is not wasted on this film. I love the camera angles. I think that there are some better filmographers, but I love how much it takes you into being the Batman. It's like first person Batman to the emotion. This is a tortured Batman. I would almost say this is Bruce Begins, not Batman Begins, Bruce Begins. And again, spoiler warning because towards this, he has been Batman for a while. This is like year two Batman. And now he's beginning to realize that he has to finally wear a mask, and it's called Bruce Wayne, and how he could maybe even get more things done as the Batman if he plays the character of Bruce. You're not going to see this is all subtle acting. Pattinson does great. He is in the costume. He is Batman the whole film, and he dabbles in Bruce. So be prepared for that. And I fully suspect this potential sequel, the sequel to be elaborating on him putting on the mask of Bruce Wayne because he is broken, tortured, emotionally. He does not care if he dies. That's one of his lines. I don't care. And he thinks he's that's the way that he is going to be the Batman and take care of crime and honor his family's legacy, let alone finding out, again, spoilers, that his family legacy is tainted and everything is connected. All the villains are they have a reason to be there. They're not just to sell toys or to drag you in. Everything has substance, is relevant, and there's a lot of impact for where this could go in the future. And I hope it does, not just also Batman sequels, that it does have a whole Batman world. I really do. The other characters, the Penguin, the Riddler, and Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. Amazing performances. I have to say, out of all those three, my definitive Catwoman, my definitive Penguin, and my definitive Riddler. I like Riddler, but I'm not a fan of the super campy Riddler. It has its place, it has its time and place. This is how you make the Riddler scary and real world, and bring him into this universe and make him a real threat instead of just a joke. And yes, you do get a detective story. You feel like you're on the journey with Batman. You feel like you're in the Batmobile with the camera angles. Is it the best? Is it the best filming of action sequences ever? No, but it oozes style. The soundtrack oozes style. Everything brings you right in. Um, the soundtrack, the directorial decisions, perfect. Also, I have to say my favorite Gordon as well. My favorite Gordon. I love. There's a lot of great Gordon actors playing Gordon in past films, but I like how involved he was and how the stakes were extremely high for him as well. Um, there is the only thing that I was did where it did not surpass my expectations is potentially some of the action. The action is visceral, you feel it. there's just not as much there, but when it is there, it's impactful and everything's believable. This story is believable, and I like how the Riddler's story is so intertwined with the Batman. I like how Catwoman's story is so intertwined with the Batman. I like how it all ties together. And I like to watch a lot of other reviewers. The other major concern was that there was a lot. This is a lengthy film. I didn't feel it at all. My bladder felt it. I did not want to leave at all. And I don't think there's a waste of space. I think every single scene needed to be in here. I would have liked to maybe more seen some of the the bat cycle. But what was there was cool. And the introduction of the future of Batman. This also, I think, is the most that Gotham itself is a character. It's a complicated past. It's explored, and I can't wait to see what they do for the future. The Easter eggs for the potential sequels down the line. That is the only thing I'm not like 100% behind yet. A spoiler warning again. There are hints at the Joker. He is in Arkham Asylum already, and the Riddler finds a friend. Now I want to also talk about what also makes a great superhero film for me is the Riddler. So I do want to go to Paul Dano's performance. I also heard concerns where it was maybe a little bit over the top. These are tortured people that do this. He has mental illness, definitely. His history, how he grew up, is very tied to Bruce, and it shows. And also, the scene I love the most is when Batman is confronting the Riddler in Arkham Asylum, and the mask is off, and he really showed the acting in there was great. He shows that he thought about this. He had grand ambitions and expectations of his head, and how even Batman may have inspired other people. So the way the Batman's been doing things in the past may not be the way for the future. He's got to change. He's got to now put on the mask as Bruce Wayne, and the way it impacts the world of Gotham is also really interesting. So this is a great launching part. It's an origin story without being an origin story because it didn't do the usual thing with Batman. It did it in really wonderful and interesting ways to introduce the character that he's been doing this for a while, but still deal with all the baggage that Bruce has, and that he thought. I love the revelation that he thought he knew what he was doing. He thought he didn't care if he lived or died. And that is not good enough. That's not good enough anymore to really make a change and to really bring hope back to this city. He not only just, he can't just say, he can't be potentially even selfish. I don't care if I live or die. He has to be concerned about everyone surrounding him. Alfred, the city, and the future, and what influence the Batman has. So we are approaching the 10-minute mark, and I told you I'd give a score, and I have to say, I still like other parts of Batman films better than this, and I still think overall Ben Affleck may still be my favorite Batman, but I would say this, I believe, on first watching, is my favorite Batman film. And I will give it a score out of 10. 10 out of 10. I think with the world and the way that Matt Reeves is introducing this character and the film and the setting and everything involved. It surpasses all expectations. It sets up an interesting world, a different take, and I can't wait to see what they do next. And I don't know exactly what they're gonna go next, except for the characters that are gonna appear in the sequel. But what's gonna happen with Bruce, because he's had some really great revelations in this, and he doesn't have anything figured out. And then the city, there's a there's a cleansing, a literal cleansing of the city, and how this world is going to deal with that is very intriguing. So I hope you liked my 10-minute review. I'm being honest. I am open to watching it again. And I'm going to cut it off here, but I'm going to bring in some other friends to talk about it and see what we think about the Batman together. And I'm going to do right here. That's going to be the cutout for my spoiler review. And I'm going to bring on Aaron and Axel.
What's up, guys? What's up?
Okay. So that was my first attempt at a live review. No cuts, no nothing, just random thoughts. I'm really happy with this film. But let's get to Aaron and Axel. Axel, he says he loves it. So Aaron, what's your initial thoughts of this film? You could go full spoilers.
Okay.
Boy.
In terms of how good the film is. Yeah, because I think it might be either number one or number two best Batman film out there, like right now. It's there in that category. Like we're on that level of Dark Knight. Maybe some people might think it's better. I might be leaning towards better Dark Knight, but
I think overall,
I was expecting.
Go ahead. Sorry.
When I was watching this film, I expected a crime-driven, obviously Batman-oriented movie. I expected it because it's all the elements of what the Batman's used here, right? What they use with Batman, they use the detective skills, him struggling. He didn't care about being Bruce Wayne. He was reclusive. He was like, when he was as Bruce. Guys, I know a lot of people don't like one-liners, but he as Bruce, a lot of things were one-liners, and it made sense for him because he was very like. Not sociable, right? He's not sociable as Bruce, right? So this one makes sense there. But
he at this film, he doesn't care about his own life. He thinks this is the way he's going to honor the legacy. He thinks he has it figured out. And by the end of this film, he hasn't figured out shit. He said, I don't care if I live or die. Now he does.
Yeah, exactly.
And he is shut off emotionally. Go ahead.
When you bring everything together, what the Riddler's motivation is for why he's doing all this is because he's kind of envious of Bruce, because Bruce, like Riddler, is an orphan, but he doesn't consider Bruce an orphan because everybody was like feeling sad for him, stuff like that, because he's Wayne's son, right? Mm-hmm. Where Riddler was an orphanage and they're being treated poorly because. If you know, there's something called renewal, right? And all the people taking advantage of renewal were corrupt, and that money is really supposed to go to the orphanage and stuff. But that was being taken by the mobs, Maroney, Falcone, even the corrupt politicians, and that's where you see that Falcone set up the Maroonies so they could get more of that stuff. So you see that, the Catwoman aspect I really liked. Mm-hmm. I really like how the relationship between Commissioner Gordon and Batman. Like I really liked Gary Oldman's Commissioner, but the relationship I think is better. It's better between the Jeffrey Rice Commissioner. I really like. Look. I know a lot of people like to see the main villain fight the hero, right? A lot of superhero movies. In this kind of movie, Riddler you can't. It was more about the intelligence, the brains, right? It was more, and Riddler's always like been like that with Batman. Riddler. I like the ending. Mm-hmm. I like the ending, how we're going to get the Joker. You guys, the Joker's coming in, and it's confirmed to be Barry Keoghan, as the rumors speculate it's going to be him. I think I was thinking, but it didn't come to fruition. I was thinking, is Hush involved with it somehow? Is Thomas Elliot involved? Hush, because they mentioned Edward Elliot and they mentioned a big word Hush, and maybe Riddler is not the real villain here. Maybe there's a bigger villain at play, and that would have been Hush. But
Yeah,
in that
anyone
case,
that
they would have
wants
to
to come
introduce
on,
Thomas
let's
Elliot.
come on. Bradley, RJ, if you want to come on, we're gonna get to you got attacked by
Yeah, and
Batfleck fans.
if that was the case, they would have to introduce Thomas Elliot in this film.
Mhm.
But they kind of combined Riddler and Elliot into Hush into one villain here in
Yes,
a
you can.
way.
You're in the
you
group.
think
Anyone
about
in the group, DM, go in. I just wanted to do the first 10
And
minutes. So,
I
that's all.
think in this aspect, how he didn't care about being Bruce Wayne, I think now in the sequels, he'll care about being Bruce Wayne, and he'll care about like Bruce Wayne will come out of the shadow and be like helping the city now get better with it. Make sure his family name is in a positive light, you know.
Mhm.
So by helping out with charities, fixing up the city because it's been flooded, helping that way. So he'll come out of his shell as Bruce Wayne in the sequels. So yeah, overall, it might be just as good as Dark Knight, even better.
Who's this? Who's this?
I know what it is.
Who is this?
Overall, it might be just as good as
Eddie. Did you see it, Eddie?
Who's this?
I hear my echo. You did see it. Okay. Alex. Axel. Go ahead, man. What did you think? Are you able to speak? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, his teacher's there.
He's muted.
It's his teacher's there.
Oh.
You're in school?
All right. Eddie, what did you...
Eddie?
Well, I forgot it's different time zones and stuff. So
I mean, like sort of like I was attacked by Batfleck fans.
I like your label.
Yeah.
I guess I'll talk about it now. I did not expect to be school during this live stream, but no, I watched it and oh my gosh, I love this movie. I don't think it's a masterpiece or anything, but it's very good. I think it's a great movie. There were so much things I loved in this film. Robert, Paul, Zoe, they were all great acting. Jeffrey Wright was great as Commissioner Gordon. The banter and the chemistry between him and Batman was just so, oh my gosh. Usually you don't see this, but they're already set up because this is like year 2 Batman. Usually it's Gordon has like, you know, it's like he's like conflicted about should he trust him or not. But no, we already got that relationship already brought in. So I was like, okay. And he really trusted him with a lot of stuff too in this movie. While all the other cops were like, this bastard, this freak, all that stuff.
Commissioner Gordon was the only one who trusted him. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was good. The action was pretty good.
I think Martinez kind of trusted him a little bit too. The other one.
Yeah. But no, when I was seeing out, like, I'm not gonna lie, I would have said some shit back though, because they were really like getting on his ass out of it, like, damn, like, you know, shut up already. But no, I like the action. The stuff with the Riddler, I know it's a different interpretation, but I felt it. Like, I felt uneasy every time he was doing something.
This is the first time I felt like the Riddler was real. Like, I can definitely see this.
Yeah, because in my head I was like, "Damn, this guy really is a psychopath."
Zodiac killer, serial killer, kind of.
Yeah, he was definitely a psychopath. He has the same mannerisms that you would find in like one of those people, a serial killer and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So
I was like, "Damn, this guy is just so creepy." And yes, he definitely showed that he was here to play. That he wasn't holding back with his death traps or any of that stuff. And I like the thing I love the most is we actually got the best out of the detective aspect when it comes to Batman. Throughout this whole movie, he was acting like a detective. I loved it so much. He didn't have yes, he did rely on gadgets, but he actually had to use his head to figure stuff out too. Not just gadgets.
And it was believable. It didn't just seem like didn't seem like someone just gave him the answer. Widow, you came in next. Widow, what's your initial thoughts?
I like the movie. I mean, I had some issues with it. I thought that though, I think that Robert Pattinson is the best Batman. I wish we could have seen more of his Bruce Wayne. I like the Riddler up until like I had most of the complaints I had happened in the third act, really. Like I felt like tonally, like when like things were happening in the club with like Catwoman, and you know you think she's going to shoot them, and then like the music, and it just seems like cheesy at times. But overall, I really enjoyed the movie. And to me, he felt more like a Jigsaw character than Zodiac. It was like hints of Zodiac,
Yeah.
but to me, it was like more.
He's a vigilante that goes too far.
Or Jigsaw. Well, I'm talking about with the traps, because that's Jigsaw.
That's what Jigsaw is, right? Kind of a vigilante.
He's a serial killer.
Okay, guys, I'm
but,
back. Don't worry. Some classmates heard me talk, and I had to get away. And they were like, "Oh, let me join the stream."
I thought they could rat on you.
Nah. All right. So yeah, I liked the Batman movie. It is on point. Loved it.
Okay.
What I'm gonna say, it's a great introduction to Batman in general, and I'm so fucking excited for the sequel.
Yes.
Me
Just
too.
give it to me right now. Give it to me.
Well, I like what Widow was saying, that one of your concerns was not a lot of Bruce, but when I was giving my review, I kind of feel like this is like Bruce Begins. He figured out the Batman he thought, but he doesn't really know how to be Bruce yet. And that's like me too. I think my natural self with my mask on, and my the real mask is the one I wear in life.
Give a person a mask and they become their true self.
Hey,
Bread.
All right.
Place.
Thanks, Bradley, for hey, bread.
It's not Bradley, it's bread.
Should we get a slice? Widow wants to ask if she could get a slice of that bread.
No,
Get a whole loaf.
Give us today our daily bread.
No, I think Bradley's referring to the box office when he chose the name.
Austin didn't like that.
Hey,
Squish,
more now.
squish.
Okay. All right, RJ.
So cute.
Yeah, it is. RJ, go ahead, man. This is spoilers.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I tried hard on my review. I don't know if I did well. I wanted to do because me, I'm not prepared. I'm not going to edit. I'm going to cut that out later. I was all over the place like I normally am, but I really like this movie.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, this is quintessential Batman at its very core. For me, this is thinking about it the more and more I really love this movie. I think it's a phenomenal piece of filmmaking. I think from an artistic standpoint, from a craftsmanship standpoint, it's absolutely excellent. Everything is meticulously detailed. Everything is meticulously chosen. Everything is meticulously shot. It's a very meticulous, thoughtful movie in the terms of how it's executed. For me, this has the potential to be, and it's almost in many ways become what I can consider to be the quintessential definitive live action solo Batman.
Mm-hmm. I've never
just in the first 15 minutes, it felt like I was reading a Batman comic book with the monologue and seeing Gotham and the way it was depicted. Mm-hmm. I felt like I was actually I saw a comic book being brought to life in a way I'd never seen before. And that's a very unique feeling to have, because again, in the world that we are encompassed in right now, with all these comic book movies and all these adaptations, to still get that feeling that it feels like for the first time you're experiencing a Batman comic book brought to life in a way we haven't really seen before. I thought that was just the first 15 minutes, I was like, this is my jam. I'm in. For me, even though it is a 3-hour long movie, I never lost patience with it. I never got bored. Okay. I was never checking my watch. I mean, there's occasionally moments towards the end of the third act, the last 30 to 40 minutes, where I think it maybe could have been slimmed down just a little bit.
I don't think so. I love everything.
But even then, it's just I was captivated throughout. I thought the performances were magnificent. I thought what I love about this is that Robert Pattinson is the main character for what he never got outshined by anybody else. It was his movie 100%, which we haven't really seen that since Batman Begins.
We haven't seen Batman and a villain got equal billing on the same movie. They're both equal.
Yeah, no, this wasn't
Batman Begins was a Batman movie where the villains were kind of secondary. Yeah, I think they were both equally good.
What I love about this too, Batman lost.
This is unrelated to the situation, but did you guys just hear what's happening with Anthony Starr?
No, what happened?
Homeland. He's gotten arrested for 12 months.
Who?
Shit.
I'm not freaking kidding.
Who
The
is
Anthony
actor
that?
who
Starr.
plays Homelander got arrested and he's gonna go to jail for 12 months. Yeah.
Yeah,
What did
what
he do?
the
The actor? For what?
Homelander? Hell-
Yeah, he
I
got
don't
into
know
a fight at
what
a
that-
bar or something. Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
wow.
I would do it, but like, still, what the? He's Homelander in real life.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
They'll have to delay
Rest in
No.
season
peace.
4.
Rest in
There,
peace.
true, yeah.
Season 3.
Yeah. All right,
Oh,
John.
yeah.
Go
But
ahead,
yeah,
Garth.
no,
Season
like I
3
said,
comes
I-
in
I-
June,
He's
so I'm
like
sure it's
the next
wrapped.
TJ Miller. Whatever happened to that dude? That guy went to
He
jail.
got canceled.
he
Yeah, he got
ain't
canceled.
working again.
Shit. After on a train, like he was like, "Oh yeah, the woman has a bomb." Yeah, I always
Sure.
joke about that.
Well, Anthony Starr was handed a 12-month suspended sentence, meaning that he can't get in trouble again.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he's not
So
going
he's
to jail then.
No, he's not good. He's you kidding me? He's rich and he has money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's going to jail for a fight in a bar. That didn't.
I mean-
doesn't
I
sound
mean,
right.
unless he did some crazy shit, and yeah, it's possible, but
I mean, he would have had to
Yeah.
have a weapon.
Yeah,
and
that's
do
what I meant. That's what I
something,
meant.
you know, that's why I was
I
like,
mean, you could
I
get-
don't- I
you
need
could
more
get-
information.
You could get in a fight, you could get charged with assault, but like for a 12-month thing, there must have been something like it must have been very, very bad. Like,
All right, well, let's get to Matt. Matt, I didn't watch your. I mean, I watched your 2-minute review, but I didn't really talk about spoilers with you. So
I haven't gone into spoiler territory yet. We did a non-spoiler discussion the other night, and I haven't done the spoiler stuff yet. So, but no, it's a great movie, man. It's everything I think I wanted from a live action Batman.
Yes.
You know, I mean, he's not refined. He's not,
No.
If you think about it, like where
He's not
Affleck
at the top
was,
of his game. He's not at the top of his game, and he
No.
shouldn't be.
he's still
no, he's
figuring
taking
it all
some
out.
hits.
Yeah, he's still figuring it all out, and he's still trying to he's juggling the character. You know, like he's more Batman than he is Bruce Wayne. I mean, that's pretty much established in the movie.
Yeah.
And then he realizes by the end that he's got to be more than that, because his branding was not good for Gotham. Even in the beginning of the movie, he's asking,
He's
"I
inspiring
haven't done
people.
anything." Yeah, he's like, "I haven't done anything. Like nothing has changed. Am I doing the wrong thing?"
He actually created the Riddler.
Yeah, he did. I think so. Yeah, he really kind of helped push the Riddler. I thought the Riddler was fantastic.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen
it's
people
terrifying
acting
movie.
Paul Dano, but he was great.
Paul Dano. No. You said Paul. You said you had some issues with Paul Dano, like over the top a little bit.
Yeah, I did the first time, but when I watched it the second time, it was a lot better for sure.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I really liked though was that interrogation scene where
Yes.
what I loved was how you think the Riddler knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Yeah, the trailer's
And-
really
and-
mentioning that.
They really played that well, and then it was just like him in the shadows until he realizes, oh no, I'm good. All right,
Yeah.
I can go back into it, and and then the whole thing. I thought it was hysterical when they unlocked that video clip, and it's basically just like incel Doomcock.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
Right? Did you guys notice
thought
that?
about
Though?
that.
Like when they
I thought
used
about
the voice
thought about that.
modulator, he was all like, he was, you could imagine the Riddler just going like, "Coming to you from the center of Earth" or whatever it is. I'm doing Kennedy. Yeah, no,
Yeah. The social media aspect was included in that, and that I think that's a lot of the where a lot of the top critics on Rotten Tomatoes are going to potentially have an issue. Why does it have to be so dark and real? And
Why
social
can't he
media?
smile,
Because
man?
that's realistic.
Batman. Why can't
No,
smile?
but that's realistic. The social media
Yeah.
angle, inspiring others. They're not softening
Yeah.
it because it's going to make people upset. No, and I think that is why maybe some of the critics aren't.
Serial killers have their fanboys or fangirls out
Serial
there.
killer.
Yeah.
Serial killer.
That was a weird thing.
Or
Yeah.
even Batman inspired. They said, "I am vengeance." That was that's not just a throwaway line in there.
No.
when
No,
when
it gets used against him. In a
I
bad
was,
Yes.
way.
I was wondering for a second, was that the same guy that Bruce Wayne met at the
Yeah.
Yeah, at the funeral, that's the same
I
guy.
was
That's
just
the same
like,
guy.
He realized that when he said "I am vengeance,"
Wait,
It's the same guy. I
Yeah.
didn't notice that.
I think
Yeah,
he
it's
realized
the-
once he took his mask
Yeah.
off, but that's
He's like-
just me.
Yeah, I couldn't quite realize.
What was great about that was I like that the Riddler thought that the Batman was like him. You know, his whole plan was to bring Batman into Arkham and have him be there with him to watch the world burn. Yeah,
Yes.
and like that was really interesting. I just loved how it all played out.
Loved how he freaked out when it didn't go away as expecting.
Yeah.
Loved it. And you listen. I say I'm going to do a video. Grace was wrong. There was chemistry between Catwoman and Pattinson, but again, he's so emotionally cut off because he thought he's like when he says I'm not afraid to die. He thought that was his figured out. He is in the way he went after criminals at the beginning of the film. He didn't care about getting hurt. He almost had a death.
By the way, can I just say one of the scenes that actually shocked me the most is when he's interrogating Penguin, right? And he realizes the next target's Bruce Wayne. He's like, oh shoot. And then you see Alfred open the package. I'm like, Alfred's gonna die. And he turns it around, it's this flammable safe. I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna kill off Alfred. Alfred's gonna die. He didn't die, but the fact that I thought he could die is crazy.
I thought that too.
I really wish we saw more of him in the movie.
No, that whole scene was crazy. I thought he was gonna get to him before, but then the lady confirms that no, that happened like an hour ago. So they showed us that scene, but it already happened. Like
it already happened.
I liked how they showed it too. I really liked that because you think that it's like in real time, and then when you find out it's already happened. I thought that was really cool too.
Yeah.
Here's one thing, and then I have to go because I have to get my kids ready for bed. But did you guys catch the references to the 1960s Batman?
No.
No, I didn't.
So with the Riddler specifically, if you go back and you watch the Adam West Batman, whenever there's a riddle and he has to solve it, it's always a pun.
Well, yeah.
Right? And the thumb drive.
Yes.
The pun for the thumb drive. I was like,
I laughed at that, and that's messed up. I laughed at that.
Well, and that's total 60s Riddler, man. Yeah. That's like, I thought that was amazing. I thought that was brilliant. The way that they did all that, like just the way that the Riddler set it all up to bring Falcone, because he's like, I'm not physically capable to do it myself. I don't have the strength to drag Falcone out. And then he gets Batman to do it, and then already has the rifle ready to go. I thought that was just like the setup and the payoff was brilliant. And then everything else that was going on, I thought the movie was wonderful. I need to watch it again. I don't know if I'd say see it in IMAX again. I didn't think the IMAX presentation was all that spectacular.
That's disappointing. That's something Christopher Nolan does do better for that, like the IMAX and using.
Yeah,
but there's so much. But there's a lot of style there.
It's meant to feel like a film noir, though. I think it's presented specifically in a certain way.
So that is something I did miss though after seeing so much amazing IMAX footage of the Nolan trilogy. But there's style to make up for it though. It's not like. But I would love to see him accomplish these angles and ooze the style. And then I really felt like first person perspective Batman, a lot of this, like in the car and stuff, and the angles they used. I never felt this close to Batman while he's in the action. There might not have been as much action, but I really felt close to it, you know.
Oh man, when he is in the police station and he uses the grapple hook to fire up.
That's awesome.
And like that's a great shot. But then when he uses the Batwing or like the glider on a suit, which I thought was really cool. And then like the way that the camera was attached to the way that he was rigged to the camera and seeing it from that perspective as he's gliding through the city, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. And then of course that was pretty funny when he ends up like just hitting the overpass.
Oh, when he ate shit, yeah.
But again, it's like if you think about it, his entire body is like his utility belt. You know, it's not compartmentalized just yet. The whole thing, like he's still Alfred still does a lot of the work, but Batman is still very smart. And especially the whole URL thing, screwing up the Spanish in order to get the website.
Yeah.
That was great. That was fantastic.
Did you guys see that it's a real website? You can go to it.
Yeah. Wait, what? That's a real website? Wait,
you can go to it and like solve riddles.
Before you go, Matt, what did you think? The one thing I'm not sold on yet is again we're getting I don't know. Do I still have to say spoilers?
No,
spoilers?
you
don't.
No.
The Joker scene.
It's in the title of your movie.
I mean, like, okay, sure.
Okay. Can I just say something? The Batman Begins did it better. Like where you see the card.
Yeah.
That's all you need. That's all you need. You don't need it. You don't need to have a cameo. That's all you need. I felt like that was. I have a feeling Warner Bros. Had something to do with that. I have a feeling.
Well, if you look at like what they're doing with the Batman, right? So you've got the Oswald series, the Penguin series, you've got
series
the Arkham series, which they confirmed today, and then you've also got the rumored Catwoman show, and you've got the GPD show that they're coming. I mean, they are literally building multiple shows. The Penguin show is Batman 2. That's the script for Batman 2. They scrapped it and they turned Cobblepot's Rise to Power. That's going to be the miniseries.
When it becomes
the next Batman. That's him
great.
becoming the Penguin, officially becoming the Penguin.
And he waddled when he was tied up.
Yeah,
that
was great. That was great. I mean, the whole thing was subtle. That fucking car chase scene, my God.
Yeah.
Oh
Man.
yeah.
Like when he just turns on the car outside of that plant, and you see the thruster.
Widow might have to head out too. Thanks, Widow. I'm glad you liked it.
Take care, Widow.
We'll have more to talk later on if you need to get some rest. But appreciate you stopping in. You want to say anything besides you before you leave, Widow, or Matt? I know you have to head out.
No, I'll be live later on tonight, probably talking about it a bit more. I'm going to go do a podio commentary once my kids go down. So a full 45-minute to an hour breakdown of the movie, as well as the production history, which I'm looking forward to reporting. So, but here's something. Here's a way to kind of establish it. By the way, look at it like this: it is a serial killer movie, but the opening few minutes of that film play almost like the opening of Halloween, 1978's Halloween, like setting the tone for what you're going to get in that opening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was like really, really, really good. The whole thing was really fantastic. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll see you guys later.
All right, thanks.
There is one thing.
By the way, during the movie, like I got a lot of I understood like a lot of references to like Zodiac, the movie, with like this is the Riddler speaking, or when he says goodbye or something like that. And also like after spoiler alert, he shot Falcone, spoiler alert, and and they find him in the diner. It reminds, and like someone says, "Oh, we heard a gunshot," and like I think they said in the movie, in the Batman, like it was like I don't know, like kids who saw him. That kind of, it reminds me of that scene from Zodiac where they saw the Zodiac, but yeah, it was kids who saw it.
Well, he pretty much wanted to get caught. I thought. Right?
Yeah, the difference between the Riddler and the Zodiac, the Riddler kind of like made himself known. The Zodiac killer.
Yeah, Riddler. He didn't go to random people.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Falcone, him getting murdered, how did you guys feel about that at first?
I suspected it. To me, it was coming. I
kind of did too.
When he was gonna get a scratch on his face, I
did love that. I did love the whole the long Halloween shout out.
I thought Cobblepot would be the one to kill him.
Me too. But at first, I loved how they call him Sweetheart and Vengeance. I just love that so much. But at first, I was kind of mixed on them killing Falcone because I was like, "There's a lot of potential with that character." But then when like the reveal came out that like he was part of Thomas Wayne's death, and so we saw Catwoman's mom's death and the Russian chick's death.
I like how he
was gonna die regardless.
I like how they made the actual father of Selena Kyle, because in the comics there's been.
I was actually kind of shocked because when he got arrested and out of nowhere Penguin started talking shit, I was like, this guy.
You're going to Blackgate.
I was like, bro, you going to say this if he wasn't getting arrested? That's how you know he was waiting. That's how you know Penguin's a sleazeball.
Do you think John Turturro did a good Falcone?
He get killed.
I think he did good Falcone. Yeah. I liked him. He was really good.
Penguin's like that. Penguin's just waiting in the ring for his time to shine to the top.
He'll look for an opportunity. RJ, you still there, bro?
I think you said he'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
No, you know what I really like. No, you know what I really like. I know Grace talked about it in her review. You know how they take advantage of the back signal. Because they do, because Batman said himself in the beginning that I can't be everywhere at once, and he was only focusing on one crime with that gang. But once he showed the signal in the sky, people started shitting their pants. It made them like think about it, saying, commit his crime. And I remember that guy that hold up the liquor store. He was about to run to a dark alley until he thought about it. He was like,
happened in Dark Knight also. Remember that happened in Dark Knight also. Remember in Dark Knight. Remember when the signal went up? You saw the criminals in fear.
Remember in Batman v Superman, the bat signal was also there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that. How we're kind of listening to him questioning how if he has an effect on the city or not by what he's doing.
does.
We're seeing the effect while he's questioning.
Well,
it doesn't affect at all.
At the ending, the people started to trust Batman more.
I like how he was, like seen more as a hero more. And by the way, I'm so glad they didn't make the mayor's son like Robin. Or
something else. Something else I really love is I totally disagree with Grace about the charisma between them because
I agree.
I disagree with her as well.
Zoe has it, but that's another thing that wakes Bruce awake, like to his former path. Like there is a future for me. He says, "I don't care if I die." Now he may in the future in the next movie he might care. He's so locked in. He's got tunnel vision of what he thinks he needs to be and what he needs, the symbol he needs to be, and what he's going to do, and what he's going to inspire. And everything was thrown out the window. Even with that kiss, he looked at her like, "What? Like you mean I can have this happiness? I can have hope, and I there's other things I need to do."
Alfred mentioned that too early in the film.
Yeah, I mean, in regards to Falcone, I thought the implementation of him was done really well. The Joker tease, that is the one thing that I have a lot of questions about.
Yeah,
I will say this: I don't think they're doing Joker right away.
Yeah, I would wait, and I don't want them to team. I don't want him and Riddler to team up.
No. I think it's more of a case of like what I think is probably going on. It's more so a case of Riddler's kind of just going to be that Joker's going to be that background character who they keep building and alluding to throughout multiple movies. I don't think you're going to see him fight Batman until like the last movie of this trilogy.
He's going to be the Thanos, not just the universe.
Yeah, like
he's the kind of character. Yeah, he's the kind of character that.
Look at Paul.
The madman.
I will say this. I did think of you when remember that.
I was thinking of you as well. I was like,
I thought was going to happen. What's one possible solution? I thought they were going to change Edward's name as to Thomas Elliot, making him the son of Edward Elliot, and he's the reason he went to the orphanage and stuff like that. I thought they were going to change him to Hush's origins around with them with it because they combined Hush and him.
I also thought that Riddler was also like the holiday killer in the Long Halloween, where he left those clues behind. I mean, Riddler does that, but like he was also like. And the way he was torturing those guys, like the commissioner got like that was like sore, like shit.
Yeah, I got big Jigsaw vibes. Yeah,
that was so much like that. Holy shit!
What are the Skull guys, Robin? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think they're
no. The guy was afraid. The guy was afraid.
Yeah, he was talking. He's talking about
Titans. Tim Drake on Titans.
The actor plays Tim Drake on Titans.
I also played Tim Drake in my fan films.
The actor. Oh, okay. I thought you meant
Well, no, I did like that scene when he got arrested and he had like mad IDs and he was like, "Who the hell are you?" Like, going through the IDs, he was like, "Why don't you tell me?" And I was like, "He's a bastard."
Pretty much.
But no, I did.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, Max, I did think of you too. That scene with Coulson when he had the bomb strapped to him and he was like talking over Riddler while he was talking, and Riddler was like, "Can you shut up and let me talk?" I did think of you in that moment.
It'll be funny.
The madman. I keep thinking of that clip in your intro of like that guy. Who's the guy you wanted to come on tonight? Oh, the madman.
What we think of the other thing, if you really think about the other Batman suits, if you really take yourself out of the movie and think about the person actually accomplishing those things in that suit, it doesn't seem realistic. Like it's stiff, it's weird. This seems extremely practical. He took a shotgun blast to the chest. I don't know about that one. I mean, he takes bullets. But it seems very practical suit. What are your thoughts about the suit, the equipment, the Batmobile?
I'll go first.
No, you go first.
Yeah. So the Batsuit, I was like at first when I first saw it in that red teaser, I was like, oh, okay, what's this? And then when we saw more set photos, I was like, this is freaking awesome. Like, and then like when we still, it's so goddamn like I don't know, like it's got so tactical. Like, okay, I'm gonna get a lot of hate from this, but like I'm not a fan of the cowl. I just think it makes his head a bit too big, and
the cowl, I kind of agree.
Mind to something, but like, or Jason Todd from Titans, you know, but yeah, still, I really like the suit, and like also, what's that?
No, RJ does talk about DC too. He likes
I
DC.
do. When you when there's something to talk about, this is one of those cases where there's something to talk about.
Well, RJ, what do you think about this? I love the suit. I think it's one of my favorites.
No, it's great. I love the mobility of it. I thought it was able to get into the action. I thought really well. It moved fluidly. There was no issues where it looked stiff at all. I thought from a practicality standpoint, it was also fantastic. So,
I like the bat suit, the makeshift back suit. No, it actually seems like anyone could make it if you have enough resources. It's like some crazy technology shit. But I will say this: when it comes to like the cape, the gliding, I wish it would actually look like the actual the cape we're used to when he's gliding. But he looked more like like a flying squirrel and stuff like that. I was
but it's realistic though.
It is.
I have to admit, when he crashed when he was flying, I kind of chuckled and laughed a little bit.
Yeah.
No, but he did take lots of obviously gunshots, but like I said, it's made of strong material. That's probably why.
How did Penguin not end up in the hospital after like his car crash? Like I expected him to have like
his fat save him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like I mean, you definitely have to go to the hospital after that. Like, fuck.
Thoughts about the ending, because that's where most people had the big thing at the end when the Riddler's locked away and his minions take over and there's the flood. Did anyone have any issues with that? With the
I like the Batman Begins one more. Like you just show the card, you just show we might have a bit of trouble. I think like you might have a new friend.
Well, I mean, like the climax, Axel. Like they're in the stadium and it's
flooding. I thought that was all right. I didn't mind that.
I think the point of it. I think the point of it is like, okay, Gotham's been flooded, right? I think it's a point of it for Bruce to come out of his shell and be more involved with Gotham, so he can help out Gotham recover from the flood. You know.
It was nice to see too, because like in the past Batman movies we've gotten, we do see Batman save people, but it's mostly people he's close with, like a love interest or like one of the main characters or whatever. But it was cool to see him save some innocent lives in Gotham and not like some main character like Catwoman or something like that. Like he's actually going out saving people with Gotham and stuff like that. And that scene at the end too, when the helicopter's picking people up off of the roof of the stadium, that was a fantastic scene.
Rises. It's like the Dark Knight Rises.
When they trust him,
Chili and Nagata, we're fine. We are having fun talking about movies. So
it's all good here. It's all good.
RJ, I wanted to hear your thoughts on that sequence, like the minions, and then let's also we'll do just like a quick. We're just doing like a quick hour here, but let's talk about the possibilities of the future. Is this the most impactful Batman film for the future films?
Well, I would say this real quick. I like the third act, actually. I thought it was really interesting. I think setting it up to where obviously Riddler floods the entire city and we're getting the National Guard coming in, obviously very much inspired by Batman Zero Year by Scott Snyder.
I was also like getting vibes from what's the story called where Gotham is like
No Man's Land?
Yes, that one. I was thinking of that.
Yeah, it's No Man's Land. The flood happened. No Man's Land.
I was thinking of that.
No, there wasn't a flood. No.
It was an earthquake.
No Man's Land, it was an earthquake. In Batman Zero Year, it was the Riddler flooding Gotham.
They both do have Gotham like being fucked up by shit. So yeah, same sort of thing.
Yeah, what I would say though, overall, what I think the future is going to set up, I think we're probably going to get Mr. Freeze. I think Mr. Freeze makes a lot of sense. It's what they want to do.
Hey, who which actor do you think we're getting? I have a feeling we might get Woody Harrelson. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think we're going to get Harvey Dent. I think we're going to get Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, they were setting that up, like with the
Mr. Freeze,
like,
Harvey Dent, Robin. I think those three.
Batman.
What I would say though, especially is that
Austin.
Hey, Austin.
What I would say, especially though, is that the ending makes it really interesting, right? Because you have this Penguin show, which is going to be about him filling up the power vacuum left by Falcone, right? Carmine Falcone. And then you have this Gotham show, which has now been confirmed by Matt Reeves. It is now an Arkham Asylum show.
Ooh.
So
Interesting.
I will tell you what I was told.
It's exclusive.
Yes, I got an exclusive.
Exclusive.
Breaking news.
What I was told was that this show would explore the origin, and it's going to take place during year one. It's going to be a prequel. It will explore the origin of a famous Arkham inmate. So, what did the end of the movie show us? It's basically going to be Mindhunter, where the Gotham PD investigates the murders of the Joker.
Oh wow!
It's going to be Joker's origin story in this universe.
Like, could they like explore like possible origins for like the Joker or something? Like,
who captures the Joker?
The Arkham series, I believe, will be a Joker-centric show. It's going to be Joker's show.
So freaking cool! Like, I just want.
It's the Batman in the end. Batman in the end has to be the one to capture the Joker.
But the show we're going to get next is going to be the Penguin. The Penguin's the first show that we're going to get. Then the Arkham show.
Well, was Matt right when he said that that was going to be the sequel and they scrapped it to make shows instead, and they're going to do something else for the sequel? What he was saying
I think the sequel is going to be about the Flood. I think it's going to be about Mr. Freeze. I think it's going to be about introducing Robin. Then the third film, I think, will be Batman versus the Joker. That's my guess.
Maybe like
build up the Joker on the series and then bring him.
Like either if it does have the Joker or not. Like I was thinking the third one could have the Court of Owls or something. Oh, also, did anyone notice that Martha Wayne's last name is Arkham? So it's like, have you guys read Batman Earth 1?
Yes, I read Batman Earth 1. Yes, it's a great comic.
Max's dog has read Batman Earth 1. Do you like it? Yeah, you like it?
Yes, she does. Yes,
she loves it. You don't like Catwoman's costume? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, so what? You can't keep talking over me. Like
Kelly, shush.
Kelly. We gotta talk about it.
Axel speaking.
Yeah, I'm speaking. Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, so like that's like I guess that kind of prevents Batwoman from being introduced. Not that
Kane, right?
To be, but like still.
It'd be cool to see them introduce Poison Ivy.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
I did think it is. I know I said something. I did think in this movie they were like teasing Hush, possibly, but they kind of combined Hush.
Yeah, they kind of combined it, and so I'm thinking, well, are they gonna do it or no? Like that's what I'm thinking. I also hope they do like something with Scarecrow, maybe. But
they talked about fear. They did talk about fear.
Yeah, fear.
You know, I'm wondering if he got that toxin from Bane, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, hey, can I just say, Max, by the way, that I love that we can have a great conversation on your channel. We can talk about the good stuff that we like, the bad stuff, the stuff that we didn't like as much, without turning it into a 3-hour-long live stream bashing session where we just crap on the movie for no reason. Thank you.
Oh, I understand.
not that there's another channel live right now doing that right now.
RJ.
Well, listen. I honestly, if you want me to be real, as a Snyder fan, like I know everyone's subjective opinion that they can like or dislike what they want, but I think they're kind of kidding themselves if you like certain aspects of Zack. Not that this is like a Zack Snyder film.
It's definitely in the same wheelpower.
But taking the character seriously, real world, like how you would hate dislike this movie?
I will say this.
I do find that hard to believe, or the bias is real.
You know? I will say this. I tuned in for a little bit. I just know a couple of them were referring to watching the Batman, just not in theaters, which is, whatever, you're still engaging in it anyway. I'm sure that you're interested in it.
Well, I saw a little bit. Listen, Snyder fans. Listen, if you're on Twitter today and you're trying to say how great Ben Affleck, it's sad because there's could be lots of Batmen, like there could be lots of James Bond. I still want Ben Affleck to continue his Pattinson's great performance does not take away from Ben Affleck at all.
No, it doesn't.
And there's a lot of aspects and realism and cinematography.
I think there's room for everything. That should be the
best. When I kept saying
there's a space for this to exist, and there's a space for this.
I'm not going to bash this movie just because I want something else, and I'm not suggesting other people are doing that, but that there's a strong pull to have your biases take over of your opinion just because you want something else. I am not going to shit on this movie because I want something else.
No, I mean,
I'm just so sick of Batfleck fans. Like, look, I love Batfleck too, but like, you gotta fucking. So what? Are you never gonna watch a Batman movie if it doesn't have Ben Affleck?
It's bullshit. It's bullshit that they took away it from Ben Affleck and gave it to Matt Reeves, but that's not Matt Reeves' fault.
Yeah,
Matt Reeves made a great film. It's very good. There's so much great about this film, and I like all the young actors and actresses.
I don't think they're going to get Matt Reeves took the Affleck's title. Has anyone not heard of the TV show called?
Yeah, everything's called The Bat.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah, no. What I was just trying to get at, though, I think overall, what this showed me is there's room for everything to exist, and my takeaway was that if this is like the definitive solo Batman movie franchise, then Ben Affleck was the definitive Batman team up, like Batman Justice League version, like Batman that can team up with other heroes, right? So I mean, there's room for everything. I think that should be the big takeaway. Like people should recognize that.
Yes, there's room for everything. I'm not gonna, I'm so hyped for the future of this, and I want to see it. I definitely want to see the supplemental stuff. Catwoman was amazing. I think she's better than. I think. Listen, I like Michelle Pfeiffer, and she rocked my world when I was a man going through, or young man going through some changes. But come on, Zoe Kravitz! Oh my God! Woo!
Well, I think the other great thing too is
she took that money. She took.
I want to see more. That's my main takeaway. I want to see more from this world. I want a sequel. Give me all the spin-off shows. Give me all of it. I want more of this. Just give me more.
I'm glad full flesh franchise.
I'm glad her mother working things out. I'm glad her mother's working things out with Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah, that's right. I heard about that. That's good for him.
Yeah, and I like the way she was really. That just shows you how indoctrinated Bruce was in his mindset of how he was, the way he got to be the Batman. That's not a mentally stable person in any iteration.
I mean,
that's someone that's tortured. That's someone that's tortured, and someone to go to that length is an extreme person. And the things that happened to him in this film, he doesn't have shit figured out. And even like love, you could see he's so tunnel vision, like Selena Kyle, that sexy Catwoman, putting, it's making her moves on him, and he was like stoic. It's not because there wasn't chemistry; it's because he's so in his mindset. He's broken.
He doesn't even know what sex is. Probably.
I don't know about that.
No, he just didn't have it in his. He just didn't have it in his mind. He didn't have it in his mind for. He didn't have it in his mind for the future, and then. After that last scene between them, she's like, "Come with me, let's do this and that," and do our own thing.
I agree, it's that, and the same thing for him with Batman in terms of social interaction and having empathy. Because he said some shit in this movie. I was like, "Come on, guy, like, be fair." Because he was like, "What was her name?"
Oh yeah, the Russian girl, the Russian lady, right?
Annika. When she died, and they were talking about it, he was like, "Your actions have consequences." I was like, "Come on, guy. Like, Or he was like, the stuff he was kind of like saying to Selena.
Yeah, no, and there's definitely some telltale influence in this.
Who's this dude?
This guy plays Anarchy in my fan film. So
yeah. Okay, cool.
Is he your twin?
No.
Shouldn't you be both in class?
We should, but we're not.
Did you see the Batman as well?
This is more important than Clash.
Oh, okay. It's really great. It's really.
Axel said it was really good. Though.
It is really fucking good. Go watch it.
Fantastic.
Says it was really good.
It is.
Oh boy. Hey, Catwoman, am I right? Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, Travis. Wow.
I'm used to it, yeah.
Didn't Matt Reeves say something about extended 4-hour cut or something like that?
No, I don't think so. No,
he said something about deleted scenes.
We get to bring.
He said that there's gonna be like one deleted scene.
We get to bring friends on stream.
Yeah, let's bring it. Everyone has to bring a friend on stream.
I just have a dog.
Bring the dog.
No, she's
I'm
sleeping.
alone.
No, wait, guys. Well, he's asking, what did you think of the new Batman? So, like, if you guys liked it or not.
Oh, I loved it. I think Pattinson's great. I think he went through an emotional journey here, and there's reasons that that Bruce Wayne is like this at the beginning. He has to learn to live. In this film, he is not prepared to live his life. He is prepared for a mission. He is so broken, emotional, stoic, and cut off from everyone. He doesn't really even Alfred. He's even cold to Alfred until he until things happen. I almost said something.
Arkham Origins Bruce Wayne. Because he was like that. He was emotionally cut off from the world. His focus is on just saving Gotham. That's what reminded me of Arkham Origins Bruce Wayne.
I don't know, probably.
All right. What did you think, RJ, about even being cut off from Alfred? He even had.
It made sense, and it was kind of heartbreaking to see. Like, this is a Batman that's just so emotionally stunted and damaged, right? That he just wants to cut himself off from the world. And I thought that was a really interesting approach to take it to where, again, he's not someone who's building his
Arkham Origins.
Yeah, a little bit like Arkham Origins. Yeah, I mean, some elements of that. But I really like that. The scenes that Alfred was in, they were minimal, but they were used to great.
All right, thanks for having me, by the way. Thank you for having me. It was really good.
He's got to go.
Oh, come back anytime.
Thank you.
Sure.
Enjoy yourselves.
We were.
Okay.
Man.
Okay, dude, relax. All right, don't worry. Nah, he's all right. He's all good. He's all good.
Okay. All right. You made me lose my train of thought. What was your thoughts on the relationship between Alfred and Bruce? Bread.
Yeah.
Hot slice of bread, toasted.
Give us today.
Loaf of bread. No, I like the dynamic between them for sure. Like how Alfred kind of helped him build up the Batcave and stuff like that. And he helps him with the cases and stuff.
That was a good back.
It's like someone was asking me the other day too, like, is he more like a Jeremy Irons or Michael Caine Alfred? Well, he's definitely more of a Michael Caine Alfred.
This is also he's more like an enabler to Bruce to go down this path that he doesn't really necessarily agree with. And towards the end of the film, they find out how to have their relationship to grow, and like they're now a family. Where at the beginning, just helping him be Batman, and there wasn't really. Bruce didn't give the love and attention to that relationship that he should have until it was almost gone.
No, and I love that scene too when he gives him the cufflinks. He's like, "Are you a Wayne, Alfred?" And he's like, "Your father gave these to me," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty it's pretty cold." He's got some feeling towards Alfred.
No, he is. This is very much. I keep saying, I say like if there was a Batman Begins, this is a Bruce Begins, because you have to be a certain way to even start this. And then you have to go through shit, figure things out, and then learn how to continue. Because he was on such a path that he didn't. I never believed more for a character when he said, "I don't care if I live or die," and he thought that was the way. He thought that was the way to do it. He just did not care. He did not want to be emotionally attached to anything, and now he's got to have attachments again, and he's going to have to deal with that in the sequel. And now there's relationships that he's starting again where he was cold as ice, He's
going to have to live up to the Wayne legacy. Mm-hmm. Like Alfred said, you need to make appearances and stuff like that.
Commissioner Gordon's Commissioner Gordon's the first one, right? Like, would you trust?
I think so. But what I love most about the movie is what Robert Pattinson kind of described about the dichotomy of Batman and Bruce Wayne. How even when he's Bruce Wayne, he's being Batman. He's doing Batman things. He's working on the cases.
Well, I love too that he visited the Iceberg Lounge 2 times in the movie. Once as Batman, he knocks and says, "Do you know who I am?" And then the second time he shows up at Bruce Wayne, he's like, "Do you know who I am?"
Cuts
it's
the
like
power.
complete different reactions too.
And the third time he just sneaks in, like, without even a discussion about it.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting to see. It was interesting to see like a Batman portrayed. Like Bruce Wayne isn't, the guy he is. Batman's the true person inside. Bruce Wayne's the mask, and I really think that's interesting.
Yeah. So you know what? I think it's a point where he's gonna realize he could do good he could do good for city, not just as Batman, but as Bruce Wayne. I think that's the point.
He can do good as both. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the point at the end of this movie. He realizes that.
I will say this: he was pretty, freaking emo. To be honest, like he didn't even want to pull off the Playboy thing at all. He was just, loner. He no social interactions, none of that stuff, which is okay. I'm not gonna lie.
It's gonna change, right? It's gonna change.
But, no, it might
sure
change.
Told Alfred, I don't got time for this.
Justin, this is a Batman spoiler stream. I don't know if you want to be here.
Yeah, he does.
Did you see the Batman? Robert Pattinson, the Batman.
Oh, he's like,
this is full spoilers. Unless you saw it, I don't know if you got to see it yet.
It's one out.
All right, bye.
Bye.
It was great though. I liked it. Are you looking forward to it? Oh, he's gone. That was it. Okay. Bye. All right.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like if people don't like the movie, that's fine. I mean, I think it's a shame. I hope that people give it an open and honest chance. Some people won't. But
now predictions with box office, and what do you think's gonna do? Or I'm
staying conservative. I think about like 115 to 130 million opening weekend, which is good. That's a good opening. So it's a great opening actually. All things considered.
Even though I love this movie, I don't think it's a meaty movie.
Back.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
Guess who's back?
Guess who's
back
back
again. Okay.
Back again.
Uh-oh.
Yep, he is back.
Okay. I don't think it's going to be as rewatchable to the mainstream, where it's going to make that extra cheddar for repeat viewings.
No, probably not. I mean, it is going to be kind of one of its biggest obstacles. I feel like it's not going to have that repeat viewing value potentially. But again,
but
that's okay. I mean, like I said,
it's not a typical superhero movie.
And that's the thing. It doesn't need to make all the money in the world. I mean, it's gonna do well, and they're committed to it. They're gonna make more. I think as long as there's a good opening weekend, I think it'll be fine. Like I said, I think people getting overly concerned about its box office, trying to write the movie off as a failure. I think those people are.
Bradley, why are you vaping, bro?
Wait, Brad, do you know that vaping isn't good for you?
Yeah, it's.
But I like it.
Okay.
Why?
I like doing things I like to.
Yeah, no, that is fair enough.
It's gonna be in the vape stream.
All right. Well,
e-vape. Oh, okay.
Menthol.
I agree with nicotine. Who cares?
I think we'll all have a strong box office overall, but obviously, some people are already breaking it down.
Oh, Justin's going in 1 hour. He's going to the next hour to go see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he really, yeah. I think we're actually going to end it soon because I just want to chill out and, I'll have MMA regular tomorrow. But final thoughts and tell people what you're doing, and then I think RJ's planning a spoiler stream as well.
Yeah, that'll be probably tomorrow night because I have to go do something tomorrow. But otherwise, it'll be should be good.
Okay. Are you inviting mutuals to?
Yeah. Everyone's.
Who's this dude?
What the fuck? Is this a party?
Why are you winking at me and stuff? Don't bite the apple.
Max,
don't bite the apple. I don't like it. I don't know.
Are we good?
Oh wow. I'm taken, guys. I'm taken. Plus, you're very young for me.
They're pretty young.
Old enough.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. Why is there a shower curtain behind you?
Oh no, this is the private room we go to when we study. We're in the college right now.
Oh, it looks like you're studying.
I hate Batman.
The fuck? Okay, dude. Relax.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Kick him out, please.
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh yeah.
Just own him.
Study.
Wow, thank you.
Stay in school. Study. Stop
Yeah,
blinking at me.
Yeah, stay in school. That you don't
Yeah.
do.
That doesn't look like a book. That looks like an apple you're biting into.
I mean,
How many bread?
okay, let's not talk. Why are we asking about the vapes? Let's talk
Wait,
about
no, I'm
vapes.
Yeah. We're trying to talk about
Batman.
Batman.
But you're still hitting it.
All right, enough of that shit. All right, you guys gonna behave? I'm gonna. Mr. Max is in charge here. Do some study and stay in school, and lay off the apples. And
Do your homework.
Don't be an
And smoke weed.
Well, maybe don't do that part unless your doctor recommends.
Yeah.
I don't know, Axel. I like you, but I don't know about your classmates. I don't know. They're kind of douches. Oh. Uh-oh. I didn't say that. They didn't hear me, did they? Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah, I said it. I said, hey, did you subscribe to my channel yet? Do you want to subscribe?
You just called douches. You want to subscribe to you?
Become a member.
Do you douches
Yeah,
want to be? I have memberships are 99 cents. Why are you? Okay. All right. Enough of that. Axel, come. All right. Goodbye, Axel. Bye. All right.
You be. Oh.
Okay. All right.
Awkward.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Okay. I'm kicking him. Oh, kicked. All right. Enough of that shit. All right. We're trying to finish Batman spoilers. I don't need to be hit on in a weird way by Australian school students. It's weird.
Okay, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, no. I mean, eating apples and winking at me. Okay.
Oh my god, this thing.
All right. So final thoughts. What are you working on, Aaron? For bread. You know, when are you delivering a slice of that bread on Austin?
Get a whole loaf.
Okay.
Damn, Max, that sounds inappropriate.
I'm working on
Eddie. The masterpiece begins.
No, I've been making a few videos lately. You know, I've been consistent with it, and I'm getting some good, feedback on it. Fake outrage always sells on the internet, so I'm good right now. No, I'm having fun.
Has a stuntman for Superman still been going to have beef with you still?
I'm not even sure. I think you probably did say some shit, but I don't even care anymore.
Mm-hmm. All right, RJ. Your streams tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm doing a stream tomorrow night, spoiler discussion just like this. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to talking about the movie again. I'm probably gonna go see it again on Thursday too, so that should be a lot of fun.
Cool. When do we get the Press Your Button video game podcast?
Soon, maybe this weekend. It'll depend on some things.
Cool,
I don't know. Some restructuring and stuff's going on in my own life right now, so just kinda...
Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching this spoilerific discussion, and I appreciate the support. I highly recommend you go see this film. I think you will all enjoy it, and I think there's a lot there for. Oh, he's back. Axel,
they're gone. Okay, well,
please. I think they're gonna pop in again. I think
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're just.
You're a stream bomb.
Okay, all right.
No, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Yeah,
we're gonna end it anyway.
That's a new name, stream bomb. Photo bomb, stream bomb.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Axel's, take us out.
So guys, I hope you guys. So yeah. Okay, we already talked about the Batman spoilers, so yeah. So I'm just yawning. I thought I was gonna sneeze. Yeah, like be positive online. Just don't spoil it for anyone, and if you
that's great.
And also don't it doesn't have to be a competition with Affleck.
You're right.
Or Bale or Clooney or why is that Clooney?
I mean Clooney.
Yeah, nobody cares about Clooney. Don't worry.
F Clooney
or anyone else. But yeah, so yeah, again, sorry about that. Yes.
That's all right. We're okay, Axel. We're okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, and tell them say goodnight to everyone.
I will. All right. Good night,
Or-
guys.
or
We will
good
see
day.
you all
Or good
next
day,
time.
because it is the midday.
It's morning
That's
there.
that's great.
Sure,
Yeah,
Mr.
it is.
Bobby.
It's actually 3:19 p.m. actually.
Yeah.
Oh, 3
Good day.
Okay.
Good day.
G'day, mate. How you fucking doing, mate? Yeah.
Thanks. All right. There you go. That's good.